What up, family? Guys, Sport Dash 20 Lee. It is 3:10 a.m. in my city, Chicago. Moon Monday, July 28, 2025. 88% on my phone. Look, let's talk about uh, Rance Allen. Y'all know the gospel singer. Him and Kurt Franklin was kind of close or whatever. Now, he allegedly died in 2020 from health complications, after he went to the hospital. Imagine that. Long story short, a couple of days before his death, they claimed he was in perfect health. Now, May 31st of 2008, I was on my way to a gospel fest in my city, Chicago, to see none other than Rance Allen when I was pulled over by the so-called Chicago police. They were undercover cops. They wasn't uniformed, but by the time they finished the report, they was uniformed and all that. You understand what I'm saying? So it could have been some random, thieves playing cops, like when they went after their enemies on a Valentine's Day massacre. They dressed up as police officers and killed their rivals or whatever. Now, like I said, I was pulled over for, it wasn't nothing but a routine traffic stop. That's what it's supposed to be, tinted windows. And, even the police got tinted windows now. Long story short, I never made it to the gospel fest. I lost everything, and they gave me my first felony, disarming a police officer, something I did not do. You understand what I'm saying? I was a pillar in my community, but because I was giving my book away, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors, plus one song, and I had a website, with the book on it for free, telling people how I was abused child and this, that, and the third or whatever, but it was well put together for, self-published and free. Yeah, they ain't like that. So Rance Allen, he was speaking out about the gospel stuff that was happening in the gospel or whatever. I guess he got sick and tired, being sick and tired, just like Angie Stones and recently Malcolm Jamal Warner, us not getting paid or whatever. See, y'all keep thinking you can rob God and get away with it, but it's a whole new, can you feel it? It's like Michael Jackson. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's a whole different, something going on. And you probably like, well, how are you able to speak about it? Oh, yeah, they be coming after me. I was trying to go to church yesterday, and, I usually take a picture in the hallway, to let people know when I'm coming and going, because that's how closely I feel I'm not only flirting with death, but, on my way up out of here or whatever, meaning this world. And it was a guy right there when I took the picture. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And then I go outside the gate, guy right there smoking weed early in the morning. This is supposed to be a recovery building. They told me no drinking, no smoking, no this, that. That was in my contract. If I smoke and drink, I get kicked out. But they smoke and drink, they can stay all day. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's weird. It's weird. But, I don't drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. You understand? I have 28 years of sobriety come Christmas. Real talk. And, I choose to do the right thing because I've been down that path before. Real talk. It's a dead end path either way. If you do good or you do bad, they're not going to like you. Well, Rance Allen, I like the guy because he was like a gentle giant and stuff. And I was on my way to see him. I wasn't able to see him. And then, now he's allegedly gone from us and stuff because somebody just didn't like the fact that he was getting sick of tired, being sick of tired. They want our best for less or for free. And, ain't nobody go, look, why y'all didn't stand up in 2008? The economy has gone down ever since 2008, ever since I went to prison. Now, I didn't have to go to prison. They had me, at the police station for 3 days trying to, scare me or whatever and stuff, and he was going to let me go. And I was like, no, everybody going to learn this lesson. Real talk. So I literally gave up everything in 2008, and I had it going on. I had a so-called relationship for over 10 years, And, I had a business. I had, a car. I had a nice apartment, so-called friends. You understand what I'm saying? A community, that knew, you know, who I was and am, still is, But I was like, you know what? Can't take it with me. You know what I'm saying? I love my higher power. And I don't fear nobody. I don't care. I don't care. I could have died in that hallway yesterday. I wouldn't give a fuck. Real talk. I'm telling you because I know when I die, my higher power is going to end this world. I know this. I know I'm the one. And all you got to do is kill me to find out. See, I'm not Ranch Allen. You understand what I'm saying? I speak boldly about what I believe in. And I believe if anybody, they going to come after you, speak boldly because they going to kill you anyway. Even if you, scoot around the edges or whatever and stuff. This is a whole new media. You understand? It's a whole new world out here. This is the time to speak out. Why we got these cell phones and stuff like that. How you think these cell phones got in y'all hand? You think Barack Obama was giving away free phones? No, that's my money. I used to have a guy in my building up north. His name was Philip Davis. My name is Mary Lee Davis. He used to get my mail, Social Security and all that. He was a thief. He's a shepherd for the devil. And people called me and said somebody opened up a whole lot of cell phones in your name. This was before Barack Obama. Real talk. So I know my story. You can believe it or not, but I'm telling you the truth. Real talk. Barack ain't give y'all nothing but COVID and gave rights that end up the reason for everybody getting COVID. You can't give people who ain't never had love all of a sudden and think diseases ain't gonna start flying around and stuff. Give us reparations. That's what we want. So we can get rid of these diseases and stuff like that. Because you ain't got no money or no insurance, you ain't gonna get no help. Right? And even if you do, they subject to kill you like Ranch Allen in the hospital. Real tough. Long story short, I said it. You don't like it? Go to your Bible, because that's what he will want me to do. This is Daniel chapter 3, 4. 3 and 4. It's like Daniel in the lion's den. You understand what I'm saying? Real tough. And that's how I feel in this trap building for real. I'm Daniel in the lion's den. And, God shut their mouth so I can do what I'm doing for the last 8 years. And that's the honest to God's truth. Look, I don't care if you like me or not. I wasn't born for all that. I was born to wake people up, to let them know we living in the last days. And people that's robbing God gonna get, robbed. When God take y'all out for real, because you can't keep robbing God. Think about it. Kirk Franklin, you really supposed to be speaking out for Ranch. Y'all was buddies. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got no friends for a reason. Never had none, but I played the game long enough so I can, figure out how people really are and stuff. And in times of trouble, just like when the lights come on, the roaches scatter in different directions. You understand? They only come together in the dark. When they trying to munch on some stuff. Trying to steal your stuff. Long story short. Mary McNamara's. I'm one person that really do love my higher power. Because that's all I had growing up. As a child abuse victim. And yeah, they be trying to threaten me. They be doing stuff to me too. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about that. I know who I am. That's a 12. Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them had to be a girl. Otherwise, it was just a bunch of sissies. You understand what I'm saying? And this the 3. You understand? 12, 13, 14, 15, 5, and 1 is 6. I stood up for myself at the age of 6 in 1973 because I'm being abused by the devil's children. And then they try to come full circle and stuff again. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, I see what's going on. This the 5. Real talk. Bases loaded. We playing baseball. It's the 14, Money, Mississippi. Stop stealing God's money. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Bucks win again. Real talk. See, the girls that look like guys, they call us bucks or whatever and stuff. But while the guys was getting railroaded, It was the girls that look like us, guys, that look like guys or whatever, that was carrying the load that the men couldn't carry because, they was riding them hard and stuff. Real tough. So it's our turn now, the ones that look like me, but they don't want me to rise. So they give it to strippers and, cute girls and stuff. It's 3:21. I still think I'm kind of cute. I don't know what Daniel chapter 3 and 4 say. Uh, read the whole book of Daniel. You know what I mean? But I know 3 and 4 is what? The Bucks win again. Good job. Imagine that. Peace.